Hi, hello all. Good morning. Hello, am I audible?
Good
Yes, you
morning.
are audible. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. You are audible.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, thank you very much for joining demo session on Azure Data Engineering. Okay, training part. Okay. Uh, so I just waited 5 minutes for joining more people actually. So we waited enough time. So let us start for today demo session, whatever is planned. Okay. So once again, thank you very much for joining today's session on the demo session on data engineering, especially in the cloud Azure. Okay. Uh, so the agenda for this today's demo is we have to understand first of all what is data engineering role and how we are going to teach that. Okay, and at the same time just something learning knowing about the instructor, that means myself only. So this is all the just what is going to happen in the data engineering we will understand meaningfully, and yeah, I will give you the regular classes information, and this is what the main agenda for today's session actually. And at the same time, just for smooth running of the class, I'm just muting you all actually, so that class will go without any disturbance. At the same time, I always encourage you to ask the question. So definitely I will give the time to ask you. Until nobody have any question, we are not going to stop the class. So no worries if you have any question. So end of the demo, you can ask. Feel free to ask also. Okay. So I just muted everyone. So just patiently listen it. What is happening in the data engineering? What does it mean? And different other stuff actually. Okay. So thank you very much for once again joining this demo class. Hope all of you might gone through some work about ourselves actually. So especially Edufulness, what kind of training, how quality it is giving. So anyhow, you can feel that. Okay. So let us just say whatever I mentioned, the agenda for today's session. So the very important thing is what is data engineering? So this is always we feel that actually whatever you are learning, first of all, you should know broadly what kind of work it is going to do actually, where exactly you are fitting. So that's what we should know actually. So that's what is data engineering in the entire IT or in a one organization, how it will be. Then after understanding what is data engineering, then what we have to do, that's what we have to understand further. So because we are planning to become a data engineer. So first what it is, then what we have to do, that's what we need to understand. So that's what broadly you are going to get the idea, responsibilities of a data engineer. Then very importantly, then once understanding that, now if you want to implement this data engineering role, tasks, or if anybody asks to do something for related to this, then you should know what technologies we have to use, where you have to use. And especially the data engineering role we are performing in the cloud Azure. Okay. So in the Azure, what technologies is required? That's what going to become our curriculum also in this training. Okay. So that's what we will understand very detailedly. So that this is what most of you might waiting for, and maybe seeing this you can decide also. And the good thing is if you understand data engineering task in the Azure cloud, so most of the things you can do in other clouds also, like in AWS or in Globe, GCP. So maybe little variations will be there always. So because cloud is also different, right? So that's what these three, first of all, we should understand very clearly, which is completely related to data engineering. On top of this, you should get the confidence on the instructor. So that is something about myself, a little brief I am going to give. So my academics, what my work I have done till now. So all those things we are going to discuss. Then regular classes information. So that is also very important so that you can plan accordingly and what time class is going to happen, all these things. Okay. And of course, everything, whatever is required, we are going to see. On top of this, if you have any questions, you are always welcome. You are encouraged to ask. Feel free to ask simply after these 5 sections are completed. Okay. So that's what planned. So let us get start one by one discussing. Okay. So you just sit relaxedly, just listen it, watch it like a movie. Definitely you will understand, you will enjoy the process. Okay. So let us try to understand what is this data engineering actually. You just listen like a layman actually. So if you take any data engineer, now what we will do is let us try to take one organization. If you take any organization which have some business, or if you take e-commerce business, anything, it need not be specific to particular domain. Whatever that, simply they have some business. So simply they are going to generate some data regularly actually. So some business there means, some organization there means. So at different places, different works are going to happen. So all these works are going to enter into the system. So that's what simply. So that is what you can see any organization going to have data generation that might be happening in different places, in different systems, in different devices, whatever that's. So you see different databases might be there, regular transactions. Customers might be buying the products or liking the products like in e-commerce. Whatever we are doing, everything is going to note down in the system. So that's what actually. So there may be a CRM or ERP system, there may be a web events, there may be a IoT devices, or whatever the devices they have, everything is going to generate the data ultimately. So one organization going to have a original source of data somewhere. Now, for any organization, what is the goal? Even for anybody, what is the goal? Always the growth, improvement, always, right? So, if you take any organization, if they want to grow in the business, if they want to stand between the competitors, or if they want to go top, or if they have any goals to achieve that, always they have to analyze the existing things. They have to understand that what is going well, what is not going well, and they have to identify the some insights. Accordingly, they have to plan. So that's what any business is going for the reporting most of the times. Definitely, they will go for the reporting. That means they will generate the reports. Like for example, if you take in the e-commerce, so monthly sales, how much is happening? And month wise how much is happening, they want to compare last month how much January, how much February, how much is they generated. Then year wise they want to generate, region wise they want to check which product performing really very well, which product is not performing very well. So like that, they have to check first of all what is happening in the existing system. So to generate these reports, the very important feed is what? Input is what? So the data only ultimately. So you must have data for analyzing actually. So their organization only, they have to generate the reports. So for that, they need their own data first of all. So this data is actually generating from different places actually. So this data is generating from different places. That's what one thing we need to understand. Okay. So this is what different places this data may be there, or maybe in one database only, but it is in the on-premise actually. So what you have to do as a data engineer, actually what we need to do to ultimately to meet this requirement, you have to bring the required data to one place actually. You have to bring this required data to one place. So data is across the systems, across the places, across the regions. So bring that whole data into one place. That's what extracting the data actually. And required data only, not unnecessary data you are not touching, only required data you are bringing. But that data is in a raw form. That's what you need to understand. That may be in a text form, that may be in a file format, that may be in a database structured format, whatever that simply. So data you have, it is in a raw form. Some unnecessary data might be there, some unnecessary columns might be there. So you have to clean it, transform it, That is what transformation you should perform on your extracted data. And finally, whatever the data, well structured, well prepared data, whatever you did, that's what transformation you can call. That is ready-made data to serve any type of requirement actually. So that data we are going to load into a data warehouse. What is meaning of warehouse? If you understand, it is warehouse is actually a well-structured manner objects are going to store. So that any object, if it is required, within no time, you are able to bring it back. So in your house, if you keep your all household items very organized manner, so like clothes in one almara, like dishes in one almara, like that, if you keep them in a well structured manner, whenever required anything, you can bring it back very quickly actually. So that's what very important thing actually. If you don't organize them, searching time will be more. Unnecessary time waste will be there. Unnecessary, unwanted things are going to come front actually. So that's what you are doing transformation. So that is what you are loading into a warehouse. That is what data you are organized manner you are keeping. That's what data warehouse. That might be a database, that might be a storage account, whatever that file format, whatever. So that is what prepared data you are going to have here. So this prepared data, by feeding to the BI tools, you are able to generate the reports. This prepared data not just serving to the reporting, it may be serving to the data science people, it may be serving to the machine learning people, it may be serving for any other purpose in the organization. So this is what actually data flow, how it is going actually. So there are some systems which is generating the data. That data, to achieve the final reporting, you need to extract corresponding data from different places actually. So that's what you are bringing. But that data is not in ready-made format to use. So you need to do some cleaning, some aggregations, some new columns generation, existing columns removing. That's what transformation you are performing. Then well structured, well prepared, optimal data ready to use is available that you are going to store. Load is nothing but storing in a data warehouse. Then that you are feeding to the report. So now in this whole discussion, where is actually data engineer is going to work? So that's what exactly from here to here actually. In this position, data engineer is going to work. So his duty now is what actually bringing the data from multiple places to one staging area or simply one place, that may be a data store in a file form or table form or database, whatever that. On top of that, if required cleaning and transformation you have to perform, then loading into a data warehouse. So this whole process, if you observe, you are extracting the data, transforming the data, then loading into required location. So this is what ETL actually. You might heard in many places if you are completely new. This is actually simply a ETL operation. So this data, this is what actually simply a data engineer. Where exactly he is working in the company, for what purpose he is going to be there. This is what actually. Okay. So basing on this, okay, we are going to discuss the further things. Okay, so let us go to the next part. So if I quickly summarize, the data is going to generate for in multiple places or sometimes maybe in the on premises at one place only. So if they want to do generate any reports, first of all, they need to extract the required data, then clean it, transform it, then load that results to a data warehouse. Then that you are feeding to multiple projects for multiple purposes actually. So one of the purpose main requirement for any company is reporting to identify the insights to take the better decisions for improving the business. That's all. A simple layman understanding. That is what ETL actually. Now on top of this, let us come assume you are the data engineer. That's all. So assume you are the data engineer. When you are the data engineer, what is the main responsibilities? Suppose you seated with a client. Whenever you sit with a client, what are the main questions you have to have in your mind? Okay, basing on previous slide only, we can answer this. Okay, so what are the main things you should have in your mind? That is what the very first thing is. What are the sources of your data? Yes, basing on previous slide only, when you going to do data migration project, data engineering project, when you sit with client, you will ask obviously, where is your data? Is it in database? Is it in data store? Is it in some API? So that's what actually you are going to ask. So that's what are the sources of your data? Is it a IoT device generating data? Where actually it is going to generate? You should get the clarity. Basing on that only your further development will be there. So that's why this is mandatory actually. Then further on top of this, what format of the data you have? So what format means in general data is going to be in three forms. So one is the structured data. So always structured data, nothing but what? You are going to have the data in a rows and columns. So that is nothing but what? Rows and columns is nothing but, for example, in a table form, in a database. Or if you take a CSV form, that is also a structured table, rows and columns will be there. Or you are going to have the data in a semi-structured form. Okay, what is meaning of semi-structure? So semi-structured is nothing but data is not in completely rows and columns or not in a simply text. It is going to be some organized way. So that is examples are JSON, XML. So data is going to hold in this manner also. Or unstructured data. So unstructured data, we are all might familiar. That is what text data, that is what image data, that is what video, audio, anything it is not in a proper form. So that is what simply three types of data will be there. So that format, by knowing that, you can implement your development accordingly. So that clarity, first of all, you should have. So what is the source format of the source data? You should know actually. Then how should I transform this data actually? So actually basing on the budget, basing on the amount of the data you have, so the technology selection also accordingly will be there. So you will get the clarity on this in the next slide. So that's what basing on the technology also pricing will change. Suppose in the data engineering, in the cloud Azure, data processing you can do with the SQL also. You can do with Data Factory also. You can do with Databricks PySpark also. Which one is better basing on your situation, basing on the amount of data you have, basing on the complexity of your data transformation. So it's not just one parameter. So that's what you are going to get the clarity. So this is one of the important thing. Then very important thing is ultimately what it should answer actually. Suppose simple example, if you take for any e-commerce business, suppose they want to identify monthly sales, how much it is happening. This is a simple question. How much monthly sales, how much is happening? So that means what actually, accordingly, from the starting onwards, he should select the corresponding tables in the original source. Then he should bring the corresponding columns data. Then if any cleaning is required, he has to perform. Then he has to do the aggregations. So that's what ultimately what answer you have to give. That is the front face for the client actually. So that if you have the clarity, your whole development is accordingly. So that's what question does it need to be answer is really matter. Then on top of this, as we seen in the last slide, ultimate destination, that's what the sync location is what, or data warehouse is what, ultimately where you want to store your processor data. So that's what is really mandatory. By keeping these basic things, anything definitely broadly under this only. So by keeping these questions in your mind, a data engineer is actually responsible for creating the source of flowing the data from source to destination smoothly, regularly actually. So that's what make sure that you have to make sure that data going to flow very smoothly from source to destination for the evaluation. So ultimate data might be using for any reason, for reporting, for data science, for machine learning, for analysis, whatever that may be. So that's what experiment by data science people, ML or different teams definitely will use it. So this is what broadly data engineer, how he has to think when he sit with the client, or what are the basic things he should have in the mind always. Then basing on these two slides, let us try to understand very important thing. That's what the technologies required for these tasks in the cloud Azure. So of course that is going to become the curriculum. So listen carefully. Now the very first technology for any data engineer, and at the same time, since this is the data domain, okay, any data domain role playing person should know mandatorily the SQL. So that is what very important. In our case, SQL Server technology we are learning. Of course, in the cloud Azure, there is no difference normal SQL Server or Azure SQL Server. Both of them same. At the same time, the SQL is such a important technology. What you are learning in these advanced technologies, which are came recent days, recent years, nothing is there in my view. If you know perfectly the SQL, then all other advanced technologies you are going to understand like anything. Okay, so that is why we are going to discuss. We are going to discuss SQL from the scratch, whether you know it or not, in real-time orientation, how much depth, how many concepts is required, all of them we are going to cover from the scratch. Okay, so that is what, if you say 20 years back, what SQL is there, what queries, what concepts are there in this topic, even now also same thing. There is no difference actually. So we are going to see it from the scratch. And once we understand this, we will see another one is Azure Data Factory. So Data Factory mainly people are going to use for data migration from source to sync location, destination. So because of its flexibility of drag and drop, no coding is required, but drag and drop. So if you are by having the flexibility of drag and drop, people are able to create the data flows. That means moving the data from one location to another location. It is going to have 200 plus connectors actually. That means you can connect to that many data sources. For example, like one API is there, you can connect. Your data is there in the AWS S3 Amazon bucket, you can connect. If it is there in the blob storage, you can connect. If it is there in the drive, you can connect. So that's what. As a source, as a sink, you are able to connect to this many connectors actually, sources. So that flexibility is there. And internally also, because of many activities ready-madely available, it became like anything famous. You might observe that, you can feel that in the market. Okay, and but these two became the very much core mandatory technologies nowadays. So once you understand this, this is for data migration, this is as a source, as a sink, as a staging, people are going to use it. On top of this, very importantly, game changing technology. If you take it seriously, the growth speed is like anything if you understand this Databricks. And in this, especially you are going to learn the PySpark, of course PySQL. If you know SQL, nothing is there, PySQL. Okay. So especially PySpark Databricks is such a trending technology. If you believe that, if you learn that properly, your growth rate is like anything. Always you can just double it, your all the things. Okay. Databricks is mainly using for data processing actually. This is mainly using for data processing. Okay, so especially for data processing, you can do, especially whenever you have a huge amount of data for processing. Databricks is the best choice nowadays because of its internal structure, its in-memory computation, and its parallel processing. It have the all the advantages, so that data processing is going to complete in very less time actually. So Databricks we are going to understand from the scratch. Whatever is required for real time, everything we are going to discuss. Of course, Databricks is not just for the data engineers. Many other people also will use for their own requirements. So like that, we also going to use it mainly for data processing. People are going to come here means data processing only. Like simply you can say data transformation, whatever you see in the ETL. So that's what we are going to learn it from the scratch. So in the data engineering, in the cloud Azure, especially, what are the core technologies to become a data engineer is these three. Without these three, there is no data engineering project in real time. If the cloud is Azure, and you know the how Azure cloud is going to perform actually, how many jobs are there because of its flexibility in many ways, people are adopting the cloud Azure like anything. So obviously that will reflecting on the opportunities wise also. So these are the core technologies really required for the data engineer. So not only that, another new recent technology is Microsoft Fabric, which is going to dominate in the future. But the advantage is these three we are going to learn it. Okay. The bonus is for us is this one. That means not the bonus from our side. Okay. By default, if you learn these three, all of them ready-madely at one place available, at one place, all in one you can follow. Not only this, many other also there. We will see that. But these three are really required for us. All those three is available in the Microsoft Fabric. So you no need to put any extra effort to understand Microsoft Fabric. By learning these three, by spending 1 or 2 hours, or by doing some tasks in the Microsoft Fabric, you are able to understand what is Fabric. Portal wise, you just need to go through, but concepts wise, what you have here, same thing, same windows, same concepts, same representations, everything actually. Not only this, Synapse Analytics, you might heard, this also, all these three ready-madely at one place available. But of course, there is a difference between these two. This is trending one, more features. This is, of course, along with the Data Factory, Synapse also came. But SQL Server will be there in the Synapse, Data Factory will be there. PySpark scripts you can write down in the Synapse. You can have a data lake, you can have a Power BI. So all the features at one place without switching to from here to there, or without integrating all these technologies ready-madely available. That is the only advantage. If you learn all these three separately, that's what we are going to see the hard part. So the easy part ready-madely it is there. So few concepts by seeing here, you will get familiar with the portal also. So such a way the course is designed, we are going to see that. So these are the very core technologies mandatorily we should know so that you can enjoy the real data engineering role. Along with this, by not spending any separate time, automatically while discussing this, we are going to understand these two, data lake, blob storage, which are going to use for data store actually. That means simply your hard disk. If you take your hard disk as a layman understanding, in a hard disk you are creating folders, you are keeping your files or images simply in the cloud side where you are going to maintain all these things. This is the place. That's all. Okay, you no need to spend separate time to understand this. The moment you started discussing the data factory first day class, by that time you are going to start blob storage. So nothing is there to understand. Matter of 5 minutes, first of all, you will go through the portal. By while discussing, you will understand everything what is there here. So it is simply your hard disk. take like that, nothing is there. And along with this, very important technology, which is mandatory, not just a concept in the Databricks, not just a concept in the Databricks, listen carefully. This is the trending concept in the data domain wherever you are in the advanced tools. So Delta Lake, because of its flexibility, data retrieval is going to become really very quick. Storage wise also really very easy. That is what the Delta Lake. Because if you take a database table, whoever already know some basics, if you take a database table, if you take a file nothing but for example CSV file, these two, each one have their own advantages, their own disadvantages. One thing is here advantage means in the file. So suppose in the file, if you have some advantage, that may be disadvantage in the table. Whatever advantage here, that is disadvantage here. But both advantages combining together is actually the delta length. A simple discussion broadly is that. We are going to have enough time to spend on this to master Delta Lake, Delta tables if you heard anywhere. If you don't heard also, not a problem. This is one of the very important concept we are going to cover in the class. Okay, from the scratch, everything by default, whether I told or not. I'm just assuming that you don't know anything in these technologies or in the data engineering role. Such a way, the discussion is going to happen, and how much depth is required, that much we will deep dive. Then very important, just knowing all these technologies is not going to keep you ahead. That is, you can learn anywhere also simply. So the real-time scenarios which are going to make you pro. Whatever I did, so I am working as a data lead. Whatever the projects we did, there whatever scenarios we come across frequently happening scenarios one way, and another way where the real data engineer facing the problems, though they have 2 years, 3 years, 4 years experience, but still where they are struggling to do the concepts. So such a core concepts going to discuss as real time scenarios. So exactly any scenario when you are discussing with the same standards we are going to discuss in the class also. So it is just like a uh, so it is just like a exactly in the real time how the naming conventions, how the standards of the development going to happen, how the discussions going happen, exactly we are going to discuss. So logically from the scratch we will discuss. So always discussion will go on in the classes is first we will see on the slides, we are going to see with the theory we will understand thoroughly first of all. Then we will see a simple example for more connection with this theory. Then practical part we are going to see in the class. This is the three things I am going to follow for any subject discussion so that people are going to well connect with the concept. So that's all about the real time scenarios. That is going to make you the difference. At least 3 years you are going to have a knowledge if you followed all these things whatever we are discussing. So on top of this, the very important thing for us to showcase is project. So we are going to benefit with three projects actually. In that, one live project we are going to see exactly real-time scenario, how it will be. Not just the development of the project, different phases in the project, how it will be there. So 4 to 5 hours we are going to discuss on that only, not the development. Okay, so that means what the project initial stage onwards, how the phases will be there, how the requirement gathering will be there, how the requirement gatherings you are going to converting into the user stories, then how you are going to estimate the time, resources, budget, everything, and then how these user stories you are assigning to the team members. Then the development is going to start. How the sprint planning will be there. These are all the different pages. Project is not just a development of that entire requirement. So all these phases one by one we are going to see. At one place we are going to see the actual development from the scratch. Then after development, how the environments will be there like a dev, UAT, product environment, how they are going to work each other, sync each other, then the production, post-production. That is what the entire project picture you are going to get along with the development of the project requirements. Other than these two, you are going to have a pre-recorded, two pre-recorded projects you are going to get. Okay. So the second one is the most complex project which I did in my real time for 1.5 years. This is the best project we did. We have our own algorithms in the SQL side and in the SQL side especially. So like performance related algorithms we written, batch processing algorithms we written, batch allocation algorithms we written, dynamically data segregation algorithms we written. All the things very clearly discussed. Almost 11 plus hours pre-recorded project you are going to get. These two, what way these are going to help you? These two frequently happening projects so that you will survive anywhere. You can talk confidently in your interview. And this one, very rare but most logical one. So I thought of because previous starting of the training, I used to discuss this project, but I felt that this is not going to help most of them because frequently happening projects we need to discuss first of all. So in all the ways you are going to become strong. So that's what three projects. By understanding all three, you can simply keep in your resume. That's all. So this is what the overall the curriculum, what we are going to see in another way also, not just the technologies required for the data engineering, also our curriculum. So what my simple recommendation to everyone is attending the regular classes is really matter so that you can clarify your doubts there itself. That is what the very important. So try to attend the regular classes. Then the second thing is even if you understand in the class, especially for our field, hands-on is really matter. Even if you feel that 100% you understand here, but only hands-on part going to make you 100%. The real depth you will understand with the hands-on. So after class completion, within next 24 hours, try to do the same thing implementation at your side. So that real get familiar of the technology going to happen. Very important thing after this is homework. So every day almost you will get small or big homeworks on top of the discussion only. If you try to do that, real confidence you are going to get. Ultimately, you should have the confidence to handle the first of all the interview and then real time. So these three steps, if you follow, I am definitely guaranteeing that it is not just one way. Just teaching the class is not at all enough. To be frank, whether you join or not, your side also should be there. The work, pushing yourself to attend the regular classes, then doing the hands-on, then completing the homework. The real confidence you are going to get. That's what my sincere request. Okay. So this is what the curriculum. This is what you should be get ready if you are really committed. Okay. Then myself, maybe all of you might see till now. My name is Atchyut Kumar. So I did my MTech from NIT Calicut. And 2 years I pursued a PhD in IIT Hyderabad also, but not completed yet. Okay. Then further my GATE ranks. So GATE exam, most of you might know. This is one of the toughest exam in India for IIT, NIT entrance for MTech or PhDs for post graduation studies. Okay. So in that my rank is 400. So actually less than 7% of the people will qualify this exam first of all. If you see, if you go through this exam, you will understand. So out of that, 400 is my best rank, and remaining are the some years best ranks. Okay. So currently I'm working as a data lead actually. Okay. And then total 14 plus years of experience I have, and I completed. This is just relevant certification for our course, but of course this is expired right now. And these are the different trainings I given in different colleges and different institutes also there, organizations also there. Here placement trainings or gate exam trainings or technology related awareness trainings, whatever, simply these are all different works. Okay. So this is simply something about myself to get the confidence at your side. Okay. And now, before going to see the next part, and at the same time, you can see Udemy, most of you might know this platform. So I have more than 25 courses in this actually, and you can observe most of them are bestseller and top rated. Okay. So you can search with my name, Achyut, in the Udemy platform, search bar, you can search with my name. So simply everything available at your end. Okay, so what my recommendation is, next part is the course related details. Before that, what my recommendation is, we have a YouTube channel. The name is same, Edufulness. Everyone can check that. Okay, Edufulness. And we have a Udemy platform. You can check with this name or you can type my name in the search bar. You will get all my courses. Then the next further thing is this live class related. Live class related. First three classes are free. Free. Okay. So this is more than enough to assess yourself that how the classes are going on. So spend some time today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, next 2, 3 days. Go through the YouTube channel Edufulness. So see the content already 150, around 150 videos are there. So data engineering related only, SQL Server, Data Factory, Databricks, interview questions, real-time scenarios, very importantly, are there already actually. Go through them, see the quality and see the pace, and are you able to understand ultimately or not. So genuinely try to take your opinion. Go through the Udemy also. This is international platform. Students are from 160 plus countries are there. More than 60,000 students are there. Their feedbacks and sample videos are there. You see them. Then you attend the regular classes also. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, then Wednesday. Then on the Wednesday after the class, by considering all these things, then only voluntarily, with a free mind, you can take the decision for admission. Okay? This is very important for you. This is what my always my recommendation. You should not believe blindly. You should not reject also blindly. So either rejection or adoption should not happen blindly. You should some time to decide actually. So test it with free of mind. Then if you feel worthy, you go ahead. Not just this course, in life also everything. Don't apply without knowing actually. Yourself just test it free of mind. Then you take the decision. So with that, let us see the regular class related information. What is the prerequisite at your side? So we are covering everything in the class. You no need to worry about the knowledge wise. What is required, any technology knowing is mandatory or not. So don't worry simply about the anything. If you simply new to the data engineering related, so that is really well and good. Just hand over to the classes, listen it, practice it. That's more than enough. So knowledge wise not required. Only for your practice wise tomorrow I will tell you. So some account is required, Azure account, and all those details I will tell you. This is not a regular class. Okay. So tomorrow we will see. Then tomorrow onwards regular classes will start 26th May 2025, Monday onwards. Okay. And the timing is, this is in Indian time, morning 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. Classes will happen Monday to Friday. Okay. So this is what class timings. Please make a note of it. This is really matter for many people since this is, and at the same time, to be frank, okay, honestly, I'm just telling, if any freshers are here who just completed their graduation. If you really interested to learn, if you just want to know the concepts, then only you can try for this course. If you want to get a job, this is really difficult in India, especially. In other countries, you can check yourself there. But whoever is from India, in other USA, people are getting as a freshers. I know that many people are there from actually. But in India, I am telling really very honestly, if you are a fresher, better you try to take other course. Except if you are just learning it for knowledge purpose or for your own projects in academics or wherever simply. If you are completely depending on the job to get, this is not a good course. Of course, it is a good mileage course to speed up in our life, but not now. Whoever have at least 1.5 year, 2 years at least, then for them it is recommended. Then the course duration is 2.5 months. Okay. Fees is 15,000 in Indian rupees. Okay. In other countries, correspondingly, you can ping. So for Indian people, this is the 15,015. And fees wise also, this is really very, very lowest fees in the market. And definitely you cannot find this quality anywhere. Whatever concepts, whatever way we are discussing, no doubt I am confident. That's why I told that go through all the things, YouTube, Udemy, and live classes. All the sites we are giving the chances to explore, then you can take the decision. Then backup purpose actually every day after your class, recording is going to provide. Okay. So have a look. This is really very important for many people actually. So let me share the other screen. So, so here you can see the very first thing is recordings are going to get like this, and in a drive every day after your class, recordings are going to provide. And here very importantly, this file. In this file, this is the syllabus coverage file actually. This is recently completed batch. So recently completed batch recordings actually. So how you are going to get it? It is more clear, more transparent on which day, what class is happened, what concept is covered, and its corresponding recording link is going to be there. So just by seeing this index, what concepts we covered, you can simply open that window, open that video in the same order we discussed actually, so that in the same order you can check the video. So if you miss the class, you have a backup. If you want to recap, you have a backup. So for anything, you have a backup actually. So these are all the concepts we discussed. So this is what the recent way. Like this, you are going to get the recordings. That is what the very important thing. Okay. And this is just namesake 2 years. As many days you want, that many days we will give the recording access. Okay. That is what the backup. Then the bonus for this is we always encourage to learn more if you are really interested. Since we have already in the Udemy, anyhow YouTube is free, but in the Udemy to take any course, it is you have to pay something. So we are encouraging you to take the more courses from the Udemy. We will give you the free coupon actually. Whoever enroll for them, whatever courses, not just three, whatever I mentioned here, not just three, whatever you want, definitely we will provide the coupon monthly once, so that you can explore more and more if you are really interested. Okay. My recommendation out of my all courses is Python, which we are not covering in the training. But if you know Python, it is really well and good. If you don't know also, not a problem. You will understand PySpark directly. Okay. Then after that, this data structure course, which is 44 hours plus course actually. If you really want to good in the logically, programmatically, logically, if you really want to good, what is the base? What is the core? Is the data structures and algorithms. This is one of my best seller course in the Udemy. Okay. So this is going to discuss logic very clearly from very scratch, very depth, how much is there in the data structure, that much depth is discussed. This is mainly oriented for the IIT, NIT, and also for every placement preparation purpose. So have a look my Udemy profile also. So here, if you search with the name Atchyut in this search bar, after coming to the Udemy, you can find my profile. Have a look. These are all my courses. Okay. So you can see the ratings, you can see the number of students, what the feedbacks they given. So this is the course which I am telling, data structures and algorithms. Okay. So that course, try to take it. Definitely it is going to help you. Logically, if you really want to improve. Then related to our training, data engineering, database management system, theoretically, if you are strong, then in the data domain, definitely your understanding will be more. So this is what more or less about the regular class related. So everyone just have a look here. Whatever, this is the YouTube channel. So I'm just sending this link. You can explore more and more on this. Okay. And of course, please subscribe if possible. And at the same time, this profile also I'm sending, Udemy profile. So have a look. Yeah, I just send the YouTube Udemy link. Okay. So in the YouTube, please subscribe if you like the content and please explore. The main thing is try to explore more. See the all the related videos, data engineering related only, most of them. Try to identify, try to randomly, you can open any video, cross check how it is going on. Just you can check actually. Okay. So this is what from my side. So before going to answer your questions, if you have any, so as I told you, my sincere request is go through the YouTube, go through the Udemy, attend the first three live classes. That means tomorrow, day after tomorrow, then next day. So till Wednesday, please attend all the live classes. So time is 6:30 to 7:30 and the link is whatever you use it today. So the same Zoom link, what you use it today, whatever you use it for joining, use that link only to join the tomorrow's class, next 3 days classes. So by spending this much only, you decide on Wednesday to take the admission onwards. So Thursday onwards, classes are private. So till that, try to attend the classes. Till the time, you try to spend some time in the YouTube and Udemy. Okay? So that's all from my end. Thank you for listening very patiently. So I'm just unmuting everyone. So feel free to ask any doubts if you have.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, just one
Sir,
minute. Just one minute.
hello, sir.
Yeah,
Sir. Yeah, sir. My name is Girish.
yeah.
Sir, I have teaching background, sir. Shall we do this course? I'm teaching Python to the students, sir. So,
Hmm.
so I have that 8 years experience already. I have 10 years experience in Python teaching. I'm teaching Python to students. Sir. So, shall I go for this course, sir?
Uh, okay, yeah, you can go it. Sorry, just before answering your question, till the
Yeah.
time haven't you seen this window?
Which one?
This window, whatever right now you are able to see.
Oh, yeah. I saw, no, sir.
Everyone, right? You are able to see this, whatever I am showing you, that's regular class information.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but that only you told that 1 to 2 years experience in industry. I don't have that experience.
That's what frankly I'm telling that. If you are completely fresher, see, the people who have IT experience don't bother. I'm telling that who
Uh,
non-IT people only or just freshers. Okay?
no, shall I? No, sir. Means mine is a teaching background. Shall I?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, that is coming under non-IT background. If you
yeah, okay, okay.
If you have some arrangements, then only you can do. Otherwise, this is not a recommended course. You can call me personally. We can discuss.
Oh, okay, sir. Sir, number this number only, no, sir.
Yeah,
That
whatever.
they are given. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
yeah.
Uh, hello, sir.
Yeah, hi Siddhant.
Hi. Just wanted to know whether this PySpark, right, means for Databricks, will you be covering the from scratch, or how we gonna take that up?
So simply as I mentioned also in the curriculum discussion, everything we are going to discuss from the scratch. I am just assuming you are completely new to any technology. There is no
Okay.
assumptions at all, prerequisite side. So such a way we will discuss. And depth is whatever we did in our project, how many concepts we used. Of course, all the concepts we will see one way. And depth wise, whatever is required, that much we will cover. Definitely, once you onboarded to your data engineering project, whatever we discussed, that is going to help you 90% to be frank. Because
Okay.
10% definitely always will be open. Even we also will learn if any
Yeah.
new requirement is there.
Yeah. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. My name is Salman.
Yeah, Salman.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask you, so for the Azure, be covering both the serverless and dedicated pool.
Sorry, your voice is break, but I heard that
I'm sorry.
Azure and
Will
serverless.
you be your serverless? What about the dedicated pool? Will you be covering that also?
No, actually, but I will discuss that theoretically, but practically that is not a big thing. But I will show you that in the Synapse Analytics, we have a dedicated SQL pool, serverless
Mhm.
SQL pool that we used also, we are using in projects also. Yes,
Okay.
somehow we will discuss that, where to use, how not to use, how to use and all.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you very much. But you said if I learn the serverless dedicated pool will be easy for me to adapt.
Yeah, only in the initial setup only you have to know, and by knowing the benefits basing on our situation, you will adopt any one of them actually. So
Okay.
that's more than because that is a one-time task. While creating that pool, which one you have
Mhm.
to select for our basing on our amount of data to process or amount of the data we have for storage. Basing on these parameters, you will decide once and then you will create it. Then you will repeatedly use it. That's all. Yes or no?
Okay. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hello sir. My name is Deepak.
Yeah, Deepak.
Yeah, sir. After this time, how much of year of experience I can justify in industry? I have around 10 years of experience.
Yeah. So that's I guess I answered. See, simple. By just simply following the classes, whatever I told, okay,
Mm-hmm.
what we are discussing in the classes, if you simply followed, then if you thoroughly practiced the same thing, at least same thing, if you thoroughly practiced it, and homework, if it is done, your knowledge definitely equal to at least 3 years. That is guaranteed. On top of that, basing on your confidence, 3 years, 4 years, you can keep. Don't keep more than 5 years. Four
Okay.
is or four, three is ideal number, and you will get a
Mm.
good number of calls, which is
Sir,
my experience from
okay.
last previous batch students.
Okay.
Yeah.
So will you cover interview questions and resume mock interviews also?
Yeah. Sorry, that I have to cover. I forgot to tell you. So simple. In your what for every student we are going to by default services other than training. We will help you for your resume preparation basing on your profile, and that means projects and all how to keep it basing on number of your experience. Basing on simply your profile, we will help you for resume preparation and question and answers for the interview. And the third thing is mock interview we will take once you are ready. Okay. So everything, whatever is possible with us, that only we are promising, and definitely we will stick to that, no doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, Achit, Vahan here.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah,
Subha.
Achit, actually, I'm having around 12.5 years of experience into SQL database administration.
Okay.
Okay. And along with, I have completed my migrations also, like, so database migrations to AWS Azure GCP also.
Mhm.
So this course will be benefited for me. It's really big.
Definitely, that's going to become added advantage. So you are already exposed to SQL side and as
Yes.
an admin. So
Uh,
similar kind of roles also you will easily understand first of all in the Azure side. Not mandatory for data engineer, but that is
yeah.
extra added advantage for you. Okay.
Uh,
So definitely, whoever in the data domain already, for them, or data domain, or some people might be in the reporting domain, like in the Power BI side, Tableau side. That is also added advantage. Okay.
Unma,
Yeah.
like another question, Ajit, sorry.
Yeah, please. Please, no
Like,
problem.
Microsoft Fabric is also going to sweep the all the things, right? So that
Correct.
time, data engineering, it won't collapse, right? Like, it will help us also, right? When you migrate
No,
into
no.
Fabric also.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned in the curriculum also. You see, by keeping that also in mind, as per the technology, as per the trend also, we should upgrade. But the thing is, you see, data factory, what you are learning, same thing you will see in the fabric.
Okay.
SQL, what you are learning, same thing you will see there. Same queries only you will write there.
Oh.
Notebook, what concepts, what coding you learn, same thing you
Mhm.
in the fabric. So that's why more than 1 week we will spend on the fabric to do the some tasks which you are doing data engineering.
Okay.
And at the same time, for your question, data engineering, to do the data engineering, you are just changing the technologies. Concepts are not going to change.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. Thank you, Ajit.
Yeah, well.
Sir, you
Hi,
are showing that Excel
that's
sheet, right?
Sandhya.
Uh,
Sir, actually, I have a doubt. I completed my MCA in
uh.
2022. After that, I joined in Wipro as a senior associate in a non-IT role.
Okay.
Is this course is relevant, good for me?
Simple. Your certificate is coming under. They will give as a IT service or non-IT service. You just
Uh,
cross.
they didn't mention that non-IT or IT. They just
They will
gave
not.
me a
I guess you
senior
are relevant.
associate.
You are relevant. IT.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Actually, I am from also Wipro, so they won't mention anything. So
Uh,
they'll mention the engineer role.
See, simple. Nobody will mention that, but basing on the company profile, people will decide is it giving IT services or not. Okay. So Wipro and all people no worries at all.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. Srinath here. Actually, I am from SAP BW.
Hmm.
So I wanted to switch my career from SAP to other technologies like
Yeah.
Azure or some other technologies. So I'm just exploring, and then I got to know from one of my friends. So is it okay? Like I'm also very new to the Python as well. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm completely like blank on coding. In SAP BW, it is completely drag and drop and kind of very minimal ABAP coding is required. So here, how do I will be fit here in this course?
Yeah. See, the first of all, see, simple thing is your willingness is matter here. Because earlier I used to keep some prerequisite, but because of that setting prerequisite by not teaching in the course, people are not able to sync with the classes. So SQL earlier we used to not discuss actually. Because of that there is a lagging in the classes. So that's why whatever is required, everything we are discussing from the scratch. First of all, keep that in mind. That's why you attend first 3 classes only, you will get that confidence. Or even randomly go to the YouTube videos. Any video you randomly open it, at least 50% you will understand, even if you don't know anything about the data engineering domain. So such a way we are taking care that from the scratch how we will start point by point. Okay.
Yeah, my
Python.
question is ultimate question. So how good should be in Python as well?
That's what.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, sir.
So Yuthi, we are going to discuss PySpark from the scratch. Okay.
Mm.
PySpark without knowing Python, guaranteedly I will tell you that you will understand it. 100 to 100% PySpark you will understand it, what we are discussing. Meaning wise, internal structure wise, internal performance wise, and what kind of task it is going to do, every command, coding wise, you will understand. If you know the Python, that is added advantage for understanding more PySpark. Only suppose if you know Python, very important thing is OOPS concepts you will understand betterly. So class, object, this structure way you will understand. But whether you know it or not, PySpark definitely will understand. That's why whoever is willing to learn, I'm providing free coupon of my Python Udemy course. And Python definitely, if you're really interested in YouTube or in many places, and in our course also it is there. In that way, we are giving as recorded.
Okay,
Hello,
thank
Achyut.
you.
I have a question.
Yeah, Summer.
So actually, see, I have data analytics background.
Hmm.
So I just wanted to know which services, like in Azure, you have mentioned ADF and also Blob Storage. So do I need to do all those things, or only one or two things that be beneficial for me as a data analyst? Right now, we have the data sources like SQL Server and the Excel and CSV. If you talk about the cloud, so which section I should focus more actually?
See, in your case, for reporting people, the basic thing is even suppose I guess you are also in the data domain. That is also coming under data domain only. The very important thing is SQL always. Okay, and
Okay.
for you, maybe you might be using the Azure Sources SQL Server or some databases, right?
Yes.
So for SQL side, you should focus more. And at the same time, as I mentioned for other people question, you see, since you are in the reporting side, okay, that is really added advantage if you become a data engineer because you are an end-to-end resource. Because
Okay.
in general, most of the cases, what will happen, whatever data engineer output is there, reporting person going to use as a input. That means
Okay.
he is keeping the data into warehouse and you are using it for the report generation. So now you already know one thing, one part. By knowing data engineering, you have really added advantage. Some extra advantage definitely will be there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So for your questions, technology-wise, SQL is more relevant.
Okay.
That is very important to understand. And if you know Delta Lake concept, sometimes Delta Lake tables you are going to use for your feeding.
Okay. And so suppose, see, if I'm not, because I lack of time in the morning, I don't have time in the morning, but
Ah.
if still I want to learn from the courses you have just in Udemy, so which course should I, purchase actually, if you suggest?
In the Udemy, you can learn, you can take the courses for your basic understanding, projects,
Hey,
any real-time scenarios, not
சூப்பரா
discussing.
இருக்கேன். நீ கூப்பிட்ட
So many real-time scenarios, projects and all not discussed actually. We have other option pre-recorded courses,
Okay.
which is from our site we are giving actually.
Then which course should I no purchase if for I mean to say the pre-recorded sessions? Which sessions should I take?
Yeah, for the pre-recorded, you just ping us personally actually. So we will give the drive access where you have a 60 plus hours so that in your convenient time you can watch it. And at the same time, if you have any doubts, like live students, you can ping us anytime. And for your doubts also, not just for you, for everyone. If you have any doubt, you can ping in the WhatsApp. You can. We are going to create a group actually. Whoever enroll for the course, like 30, 40 students will be there. So all the numbers are visible. We are such a transparent. We don't have any hidden agenda. Only you have to get benefit at least each other. So WhatsApp normal group we are going to create. You can see all other your batchmates. You can ask them friends. You can help them. Anyway, simply you have to get help each other actually. So
Okay.
that's what.
Okay. So, actually, throughout these sessions, I some confusion, right? See, there are the things like Azure SQL servers is there, Azure Data Factory is there, Azure Data, Databricks is there. So, somewhere I feel that's the roles and the responsibility of Azure Data Factory and the Databricks are same or little bit difference is there.
So you are the developer ultimately. If you join as a data engineer developer, so in all the cases you are the developer. So you have a complete access as read write permissions. Okay.
Okay.
See, and at the same time, the good thing is people are not really understanding. Suppose if you know SQL concepts only you are going to have in a data factory in a drag and drop form.
Okay.
SQL concepts only going to be there in the PySpark. There may be another syntax according to that technology. Okay.
Okay.
So the concepts wise, suppose joins is there in the SQL. Same joins are there without changing a inch also. Only the technology is changing. In ADF is there, PySpark is there. Just syntactically we should know actually. So no worries about the technologies wise. That's what we are interrelating all of them so that you can able to differentiate easily.
So, sir, you are suggesting if I'm not able to do the course in the morning, so pre-recorded sessions will help me, right?
Recorded. We have till now more than 300 plus students taken pre-recorded for whom time is not supporting.
Okay. Well, thank you,
Yeah,
sir. Thank you very much.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Hi, Atchyut, Sandeep here.
Yeah, hi Sandeep.
Hey, Atchyut. Atchyut, currently I work on SAP BODS tool from last 6 years.
Okay.
So I want to switch to this Azure field. Look, like based on these courses and project completion, like how many years of experience I can keep on Azure and apply the jobs on in the market?
Yeah, that's what, since you have 6 years, that is good number. Better by practicing regularly, by whatever we are discussing. You can keep at least 3.5, 4 years. That is the ideal number.
Okay,
Definitely you'll get a good number of calls.
okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Achut.
Yeah, hi.
So my doubt is like in SQL you'll be covering the topics like CTE, external tables,
Yes.
all that will be covering.
Yes. I can broadly, most of them I will try to recall. So basic concepts like select, group by, having where clause, and in the where clause performance related techniques we are going to see aggregate functions. Then that is the
Okay.
basic SQL we are going to cover. We are naming it. Then the next level SQL is like stored procedures, CTE,
Okay.
then window functions, then
Okay.
views we are going to see, and temp tables, and whatever you
Okay.
mentioned, the external tables. So whatever is required for data engineering, everything, those are not just concepts. Suppose window functions, if you take 2 hours, we are going to discuss. Stored procedures, if you take more than 1 hour, we will discuss all possibilities, variations, and all. So CTE, if you take, that is also more than half an hour we are going to discuss. Okay.
Okay, nice. Because I'm a data analyst, so in my company, I'm using these all external tables, but I don't have any much idea on these external tables. I'm using them,
Okay.
but I don't have a clear idea about why they are using external tables and how they are created and all. And they
Yeah,
will be saying that like
you will get
curated
the
tables,
clarity. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
they will be telling about curated tables. They are created curated tables and Parquet link something they will be discussing, but I still don't
Hmm.
have correct idea on that one.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Whatever I mentioned, all of them are going to discuss. Even you can see the index which I shown previous
Okay,
months. Okay.
sure. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah,
So you were showing that Excel sheet, right? I mean, listing of the topics that you have covered in the
yeah,
last.
yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, is it possible for us to, have a look at it, sir? I mean, if we reach out personally in the WhatsApp
Yeah,
or.
I will share the curriculum if you want. You will get a
Okay.
structured
And
curriculum.
also, one more thing, sir. I mean, for experienced candidates, I mean, whatever you cover in this course would be sufficient, or we need to, put out some extra efforts
See,
personally.
that's what the main target. Okay. So as
Okay.
I mentioned, this is I told very honestly, frankly, that it is not working for the freshers. And at the same time, yeah, I told you that you can keep 3 years knowledge means whatever. That's what your side. If you prepare well, whatever we are discussing in the class, if you thoroughly follow, exactly 3 years of knowledge you are going to have. To get that confidence, all possible, the background work what we did, I shown you. So spend some time. Definitely
Okay.
you will get the confidence.
Okay.
And feel free to discuss even in the calls also. You can call me back to these numbers. Definitely
Okay.
we will resolve all the doubts. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, with that limited time, it may not be possible to cover, all the tools in detail, right? So, I mean, if we just have a look at the syllabus, I mean, we will be able to understand, I mean, what is covered in the course and what we need to learn additionally.
See, some of the concepts, suppose blob storage, delta. Yeah, if anything is there, we will mention basing on the trend. If any new concepts need to learn and which we are
Yeah,
doing, we will tell actually in the class.
yeah, that would be helpful, sir.
uh,
Yeah.
Day one onwards, we are going to make you to prepare your own preparation document actually. So that
Okay.
interview related, because at one place it is not possible to tell these are the interview questions, these are the important things like that.
Right.
So we will make the student to have a handily the document. Anything required, they will just take a screenshot, paste it. That hardly take 5 to 10 seconds, but it is going to become best preparation book for you actually.
Okay.
So all strategies you will try to apply in the class. We will see.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, I wanted to ask you a question. Also, would you think after this course we'll be able to take any certification exam from Azure?
Yeah, that is always recommended if possible, and at the same time not mandatory. If it is possible, if you this course is going to help you to crack earlier DP 203, but in last month it is expired actually. It is going to help you at least 80% to crack that certification. Now we can concentrate on the Microsoft Fabric related DP 600, 700.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. So always try to target day one onwards the certification related, because always that is going to keep you ahead. So earlier I used to renewal every year. I used to write a DP 203, but I guess they to encourage the fabric related more. So that is expired already. Means expired means that exam is not available now. It is retired. I can say. Now I also trying to write fabric. When I get a time, I will write on that.
Yeah, what is mean by fabric?
Fabric is also one of the service from the Microsoft, where you are able to build different things at one place, like related to data engineering. If you take, you don't need to run like in the Azure. If you have to go SQL, Data Factory, Databricks, PySpark, Power BI, Blob Storage, like that. Many services you have to create separately, integrate separately. People going to work collaboratively or individually. But in the fabric, all of them are going to come at one place, and integration is not at all required. You can easily keep them in the flow actually. Okay. It's a simply all-in-one solution for data domain related people.
It means
So can
single
we
software
do,
because
yeah, can we do fabric from scratch also we can learn by self-spacing? I mean to self with self-pace from the YouTube's resources or the,
Fabric.
yes.
Yeah, by and see the main thing, even data factory is there. To be frank, without any hesitation, I'm telling every technology already there in the YouTube. Is it?
Okay.
But the thing is, our experience we are sharing at every concept we are including the experience. Yes, Fabric. If you know the data factory concepts, if you know the Databricks, PySpark, SQL concepts individually, then Fabric understanding is not at all a big deal. Just 1 or 2 hours, you will get familiar with the portal. That's all. Only
Okay.
portal wise, you need to upgrade.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I should like see in when we talk about the Snowflake, right? So it's a data warehouse. So how is
Hmm.
it different from this SQL Server or a data factory concept?
So their main purposes are different actually. If you understand database, if you take,
Okay.
that is just storing structured data, that's all. But Snowflake, it is there, it is well structured, well prepared, organized way you can keep the data. ADF is not meant for the data storage, ADF is meant for data migration purpose, data processing purpose. Databricks, if you take, meant for data processing purpose, especially if you have huge amount of data in less time if you want to process. Yes, Databricks. So each one, each technology purpose is different actually.
Okay.
So it is like a warehouse where you have a go down of all objects you are keeping, and the store is there where you are selling your products, and vehicles are there to move the objects from warehouse to this shops and all. So each object purpose is different, is
Okay.
it?
Okay. Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
like a shop, go down, and vehicle. You can just simply take that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So,
Achut, I have a question.
yeah, George.
Yeah, the thing is, we're gonna play around with Azure subscription. Do we get any kind of practice subscription for any practical sessions?
You mean, are you expecting the Azure practice platform from our side?
Yes, something like that. Because
no, man, that is practical. If you think that
Okay.
is really impossible thing for any institute.
So how are you gonna get a practical session? Something like in case if you
Yes, correct.
start using a storage explorer, Azure storage blob, or in case if we wanted to define it, wanted to show that in real time. So in case if we wanted to do it in a practical way, like how this is going to be possible?
Yeah, we see the first of all classes what we are discussing. I am going to show you in my account, Azure account. So with our Edufulness Institute name, this is what the Azure portal. Have a look. Okay. So we are going to show you everything practically in real time manner. Okay.
Yeah.
For your practice, you need account actually. We will drive you and we will guide you, especially. You no need to worry about the account also. First thing is try to get the account. 1 month of free you are going to get. These things tomorrow I used to discuss first class because that is essential. You 1 month free trial will be there. So within 1 month you can practice, you can enjoy all the services of Azure, whatever required for our training. After 1 month also, with free of mind, you can go for the paid subscription. I will show you my billing so that you will get the confidence. Within 100 rupees, you can manage your billing actually, whether you believe it or not. I am giving trainings Monday to Friday. I am doing my own experiments. I am doing my own client projects, but I am able to manage my billing itself less than 100 or 200 or simply less than 500 rupees. So you no need to worry. Once after the account of 30-day free trial is over, go for the paid subscription. No worries. 100 rupees definitely you are in a position to manage. Anyone basing on your country, it is going to become very less price. Okay.
Thanks.
Such a way, day one onwards, we will guide you where to take care actually. So if you see my invoices, nothing is there to hide. You can see my invoices. See, where earlier only I used to have this much. Here also, these months also, I forgot to delete some services like virtual machines and all. Then within 2-3 days, this much is happened. But that's why our experience, I am going to guide you in the class so that billing you can manage in our control. And the worst case, suppose billing is happen, suppose if you forget and bill may happen 10,000, 20,000, for one of the student 1,30,000 it happen. But no worries, in worst case, if you reach out to the customer care of the Azure, they will waive it off by checking it. You no need to worry. But prevention is better. That prevention techniques we will discuss in the class day one onwards. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so I'm stopping here. If you have any doubts, feel free to always.
Actually, you will be covering Git also, right?
Sorry?
Git.
Yeah, Git, I will show you how to configure Data Factory to Git and how the structure of the Git repositories, branches and all, how you can use it on different environments. Yes, what way simply we are using in real time, that much I will discuss.
Hi, Atchyut, Vicky this side.
Yeah, Vicky.
Yeah, I just want to say that thank you for this session.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I just want to know, I have a little bit experience in PeopleSoft in 6 months. And I have also experience in IT field and as an technical support. which is not really in technical support. I was doing in HR related things. So I have a 1.5 year in experience in IT field. I have a knowledge in different field. Like I was start my front end development and like Snowflake and Python also. I was preparing for a different kind of domain. But right now I was also preparing for the data analytics also. So since 1 year ago, so I have an health issue. So I didn't get any job and I didn't get any interview. So I just want to know from your side, you know, uh, I'm joining for this course for the job purpose right now. So should I take this course for the further,
Yeah. So simply overallly, the high level wise, if you have 1.5 year real time IT experience, whatever be the domain, okay.
Okay.
And at the same time, you have related to data engineering, Snowflake, and some analytics tools, knowledge you have. That's what.
Yeah, yes, I have knowledge in Python also.
Yeah.
In the period of PeopleSoft, I have lot of experience in
Yeah,
SQL also.
actually, you have knowledge on these technologies, maybe real-time experience or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
See, you right now have a 1.5 year experience. This course is going to take 2.5 months. That means it's almost you are reaching to 2 years, 2-3 months before. Okay.
Okay.
So definitely, I seen the people having 1.5 year experience. I seen 5 to 6 people got the job. Okay, less
Okay.
than that,
Okay.
very hardly I find 1 or 2 only. More than 2 years, 2 years, around 2 years, I seen many people to get the job. Okay,
Okay.
so if you really willing, definitely this will help you. Added advantage is Python, you have some knowledge, and you are telling that Snowflake, you have some knowledge. That is also somehow related to data engineering. So definitely you can go ahead actually if you are really understanding the classes.
Okay. 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 So is that any EMI options available for this?
So thank you for asking. We have really very bad experience earlier. So we
Okay.
did strictly one time. So you can call actually. Okay.
Actually, I have some financial
Yeah, yeah. That
constraint
those
right
things
now.
you can discuss personally. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. Welcome. Okay. So okay. Thank you all for staying here and listening, asking your questions. And as I mentioned you, please join tomorrow at the same time using the same link. Anyhow, you will get the recording link and tomorrow class details also. So next 3 classes, please join, listen the classes with free mind and take the decision on Wednesday. Meanwhile, go through the YouTube and Udemy also. Thank you very much. All the best for your bright future.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.